Welcome to another episode here at Deep Mountain Security. Today I kind of want to go over one utility that can be used to troubleshoot and diagnose issues with your group policies. This is probably going to be more useful in a corporate environment or a workplace where you have a domain controller that sets policies along with individual computers that have policies. In your home, this might not be as applicable unless you have multiple users on your computer, and even then I don't know how super useful it'd be, but it's always a good thing to know because group policies can be a real pain when you're trying to figure out what password policies apply to me or what other policies apply to me. So, if you're a user at work or something like that and you can run this utility, then this is going to allow you to discover based upon different policies of the domain controller, your machine, and your user account, what is applying to you at this moment. So I'm going to run this from the command box. There's another couple ways you can do it. You can get similar stuff by using some command line utilities, but the one I want to show you guys is rsop.msc, and what that stands for is resultant set of policy. And so what this does is it's going to pretty much do what you would do if you were to run something like gpresult from the command line and export it to an HTML document. And we could go over that here in a second. But so pretty much what this does is it opens up, and this looks like a group policy window because it contains all the policies. And what I've gotten here is these are things that are applying to me, my account being logged on this computer in whatever domain I'm on right now. So after all is said and done and hierarchy of different policies and stuff in place, what exactly am I getting? What is being applied, So I could go down to like administrative templates and go down to Windows Update, and looks like these ones are enabled or disabled. You notice that you're not seeing every single policy here. These are just the ones that are currently in place. So if I go to Windows settings and security settings and account policies and password policy, so these are currently not defined. We can go, and these are also not defined. So, some things are going to show up in here one way or another. However, most things, especially in administrative templates, you're only going to see them if they're really modified or something like that, which I have gone through and modified this for the entire computer. So fantastic, right? So, there's nothing in anywhere else really except for down here inside some of the Windows settings, because these are things that you can't really get rid of. Anyways, I can always also go down here, and you can go down through just whatever in the world you want to look at or whatever. So if I went to here, I would see my password policy. If I go to here, here's my Windows Update policy. Wherever I can go and browse to on here, I can get and see what policy is being applied to me in my current situation on the network. And this is just a fantastic graphical utility that presents the information in a way that you're already familiar with if you're working with group policies anyways. This is just a nice little thing. You can also run gpresult, from the command line, and if we just hit enter there, I don't know where that went, you're going to notice it's just going to give us, here's, our different things, so we can actually get a little bit more specific than we can with rsop, mostly because we can now specify domains and users and specific things, so we can kind of test different situations a little bit faster on our thing. However, if we wanted to do just basic thing, then we can just specify the file that we wanted to. So I could just run gpresult /h, and then I'm going to type the file name .html, and that's just going to put it right here in my thing, and that's not even in my documents. So if we go up to here, no, come on, go up. I don't know. Oh boy. So if we go to my users and then admin, there it is, right there, file name. So we're going to go ahead and open this up, and this is going to display pretty much the exact same thing, except now it's an HTML document. So instead of being only opened on the machine in and of itself, it's now showing us this. So we can either click show all and hide all, and this is kind of glitching a little bit right here. That's kind of weird. Let's try opening it up in a different application. Open with is always good. Let's try Chrome. Generally, this probably works best in Internet Explorer. It's also glitching in there. I guess we can go try Internet Explorer. Nobody really likes Internet Explorer, though. But I will say that it is nice for the sole fact that Internet Explorer is the only web browser that you can, without modification and plugins and extra software and stuff like that, control pretty much everything about it using group policies. So, you know, if you want to control how your users access the internet and what websites they can go to and different things like that, that's a little bit hard to do with Chrome and Firefox and stuff like that. Without going crazy. You know, if you want to push the same thing out to a ton of machines, then you've got to go modify every darn machine. And I can tell you from experience, that's a pain. So group policy makes life a lot simpler. So if everybody's stuck using Internet Explorer and you disallow all other web browsers and stuff like that, then when you need to change something like, say, their home page to be updated to the newest and greatest home page that you have designed, or who knows what, you can do that through group policy. Makes life easier. But anyways, you can go ahead and look here. We can either go show all, hide all, or whatever. And then this is just going to show me exactly what I've got on my machine based off of my stuff. So pretty simple. You can see there's really not a lot in here. Yeah. So fun stuff. This just kind of gets, you know, some details or something like that. I could probably supply a little bit more credentials, and seeing as how this isn't really pulling anything from a domain controller because I don't have that hooked up to the specific VM right now, I'm not getting tons of stuff in here. But so those are pretty much the two ways of getting group policy data in and out of a machine, and that's the nice thing about the group policy is you can apply it to tons of computers. It's easy to configure, and if you're trying to troubleshoot it, rsop or gpresult are probably the best things out there to do so. So thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.